Hello students, this video is to cover the worksheet number 3 or classwork number 3 for those who missed it. So the first question is, given this set of data, we want to calculate the standard deviations by hand. Now this table is going to help you. The first thing to calculate the standard deviation, notice that I'm using the sample standard deviation formula, not the population standard deviation. The major difference is I'm going to divide the sum by n minus 1, not n. So I'm going to use this formula. I'm going to work my way from the inside out of the formula. So the first thing, I will build a column that has all of the values given to me, 17, 12, 9, 5, 21, 14, 7, 11. So I will go to my Excel sheet and I will put my data right here. And this is going to be, let me actually cut it. And I will paste it right here so it will be clearer, and this is xi, or the values. Next, I'm going to find the mean, so I can find xi minus the mean, which is x bar. To find that value, I will need to calculate the mean. I'm going to calculate the mean right here. Average, and then I will take all of my data and click enter. So I know the mean is 12. To calculate that value, this says take the observation, subtract the mean from the observation. So I'm going to click on the observation and subtract 12 from there. If you're going to click on this cell, please lock that cell because it's one cell, it's not moving anywhere. And then you go ahead and populate the rest of the column. The third step is to take this value right here and square it. As you can see from the formula, after you find the difference, you square it and then add up all of the squared values. So going back here, I want to find xi minus x bar all squared. So I will go here and I will say equal to that value raised to the second power. And to create this caret sign, it is shift number 6. And then you go ahead and populate the rest of your table. So this is the last step in this table. Now we're going to use this table to finish the formula. Next, we need to add up all of those squared values and divide by n minus 1. We're going to calculate the variance that way. And then we're going to divide by n minus 1. So before we do that, let me answer some of these questions. So I calculated the mean. The mean was 12. And n is the number of observations or the sample size. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values. So n is equal to 8. Those values right here. And then I'm going to find the sum of the last column that I created. So I'm going to go to Excel sheet and I will go to the last, I will go to an empty cell at the bottom of that column. And I am going to double click the AutoSum function. So the answer is 194. So I'm going to put 194 right there. And then it says to calculate the variance, you're going to divide by n minus 1. Divide the sum by n minus 1. So I will go to an Excel sheet and I'm going to say the variance, which is s squared, is equal to the sum divided by n minus 1. N is 8, n minus 1 is 7. So that will be my variance. Next, the sheet says find the standard deviation by taking the square root of the variance. So to find the standard deviation, which is S, I'm going to say square root, SQRT, and double click the function, and then I will click on the variance value and click enter. So my standard deviation is 5.26. Now this is one example. To check your answers, I'm going to go to the data analysis tool and calculate everything for the raw data that I have. That is going to descriptive statistics. And then the input range is my raw data. And then the output, I want the answers to appear on this sheet. So I'm going to select one empty cell and make sure to select summary statistics. And my data is in columns and click enter. So you see here, let's compare the data that we got by hand to the data that we used Excel sheet to generate for us. So the mean is the same, and the standard deviation is the same, and the variance is the same. and I have my count, which is n is equal to 8. So I have all of my information correctly. My method of calculation is correct. I hope this helped you, and I will see you in a different video.